wholeness, peace, health, and an abundance of resources in my Telegram channel. Join for free. Link is in the description. Enjoy the video. So I had a question also the other day. A friend of mine on another platform, he asked, he's doing fashion maneuvers as well, and he's a therapist, and he's in Africa, and he's doing classes for groups, and he's been given an opportunity to host classes for big groups. And the person that is giving him, let's say somebody has a coffee shop or they have a restaurant, and they're offering to him to host classes, and all the profits are split 70-30. So 70% would go to the person running the restaurant and 30% would go to him. And he asked us on online in our community, he asked us like, do I accept this? Like I deserve more, blah, blah, blah. And then what I wrote to him is, maybe this opportunity is not about cash. Maybe you're not going to get so much money out of this opportunity. Maybe the more money will go to the owner of the restaurant. You're going to have only 30%. They're going to have 70%. However, who knows who you're going to meet in these classes? Who knows what kind of opportunities will these classes open up? So he's also worried about the future because where he is now, he cannot see what is going to happen. Only if he accepts are new opportunities going to open. So we can worry, and that's not helping. The thing is to take the next step. However small the next step is, just take that next step every day, and then every day new opportunities might open up. So maybe he doesn't get cash from this. Maybe the restaurant owner gets a lot of money, he gets a little bit. However, maybe he meets clients, maybe he does personal work on them. Maybe somebody offers him another place because he sees, oh my God, like this is good business for the restaurant. You bring in people, they order food after the course or whatever. So we are anxious because we think there's only one possible future. However, if you take opportunities and go through the fear, like I say, there's always going to be fear. Fear is not something you should ignore, and also you should ignore fear sometimes, because sometimes it's just your brain trying to keep you safe. Um, like if in the past you've had a difficult relationship, let's say, and somebody cheated on you or whatever, now your brain remembers and it's going to try to keep you safe by you being afraid to go into another relationship. But that doesn't mean that every single relationship somebody's going to cheat on you. But you will be afraid because that's what happened. For example, with me, because I had these two accidents, my body was afraid to move. Like, am I is my body going to be able to hold me? Am I going to be able to walk? Am I going to be able to run again? And it's because I've had this trauma, I've had these accidents, my body is now fearful. And I had to go through that fear each step, each day, just to kind of remind myself, okay, yeah, I'm afraid because I've had these accidents, but now I have to train myself not to be afraid again. And everything can be programmed again. You can by doing things, by going through the fear, you reprogram your mind to be kind of like, okay, fear is real, and I can also ignore it if if it's not rational. So I can also advise you to do little things in the day that are not related to your business, that you are afraid, and then sort of it helps. So for example, if you have the business and you're afraid of doing something for the business, do something else that is kind of uncomfortable in the morning. Let's say you wake up, immediately go for a walk. You know, when we are just woken up, we're mostly in cortisol. We're mostly in slightly stressful mode when we wake up in the morning. And then it's not so comfortable to go outside immediately. Most people like to just sit down and just, I don't know, have a cup of coffee and just relax because you've just woken up. So do something that's sort of scary just so you can convince yourself that you can do scary things. Because that's the thing. You're never going to be away from fear. Fear is a part of life. It's there, and it's up to you to realize, okay, I'm afraid now. Is it real, or is it just my brain trying to keep me safe?
Check the link in the description to find the website. Here you can find the link to join my free Telegram channel with a bunch of resources, insights, videos, PDFs, music, pictures, people. Then you got send email, inquiry, and connect via WhatsApp. These are all places and ways to get in touch with Root Lightheart. I create lines. There's a link to my free healing movement live class happening almost every day. Link to the YouTube channel. Then we got the introduction questions for everybody that is invited and interested in working with me with my guidance services, coaching, mentoring, and therapy and support. Questions: who am I? Who is my guidance for? Who is my guidance not suited for? What do we use from modalities? What can be done? And how can individuals benefit? What can be done? How can relationships and marriages benefit, families and parenting, and then your beautiful children and their education and empowerment? There are 4 steps that I work with people. There's the free 15-minute discovery call. It's an initial contact to connect. There's a one-on-one 30-minute light in the dark clarity session. It's a fundamental session of human design. Then we got the 90-minute deep insightful session, one-on-one, individual, relationships, family, or tutoring the young ones. And then we got the clarity portal, which is 10 sessions of mentoring package for a full life revealing breakthrough, long-term mentoring, motivation, and clarity for a complete transformation. You can read all the descriptions on the website, and you got send email inquiry buttons where if you feel drawn, you can send me an email, and then we will see if you fit, if you are ready, if we resonate. You can click here for testimonials. After that, you got the audio courses. The basic course is free. You got intermediate, advanced, the I Ching deep dive, the projector masterclass, elemental balancing, and then you got bundles of discounted courses. Also, I forgot to mention the Clarity Portal, the 10 session mentoring package. There are special discounts if you're a projector type. After that, there's a link to get my new book, Elementary, a wisdom filled guide for life explorers, recently published. And then there's the submit email contact form. Input your name, email, and what is your inquiry. Click submit. Then you got my Instagram, my Patreon, my YouTube, and Telegram. That is it. Peace, health, abundance, wholeness, prosperity, grounding, balance, clarity, courage, connection, choice, communication, compassion.